Hello and welcome. For Realistic Scenarios, I'm Andrew Hubert, and this is the first briefing document for the Hanoi Digital City project, working on Scene1, the team build. The takeaway for this talk: building a team is the same thing as structuring an organization. This is how you build the company or build the business that you want to see. If you don't make the hard decisions about staffing and structuring, then the hard decisions get made for you by someone else who may not share your priorities and values. The table of contents for this talk. We're going to probably do this in two parts, so let's do A and B, and then we will finish up in the next video with C. So A is the rules of the game, and we're going to be talking about how the team equals the operating plan when you are putting together a small company or a small business. The minimal instruction set approach and process versus product. Let's get started. So there on the right, you see an organizational chart, and this is what you'll be doing in your first deliverable. This is the organizational structure. And the structure of your team should be pretty robust, and it should reflect the company that you want to see. So if you're putting together a company or business that is going to be concerned with selling, you'll have your organizational chart will show a lot of salespeople, a lot of marketing people, a lot of sales directors, and a lot of higher positions that are filled with people who are supporting the sales role. If you're an operations company, you're going to be showing a lot of quality control people, a lot of operations people, a lot of factory people, warehouse people. These are going to take up a lot of space in your org chart. So you should structure your organization once and then make adjustments as the environment changes. You shouldn't have to restructure your team every time something new pops up on the competitive landscape. And this brings us to the idea of the minimal instruction set approach. We are not explaining everything to you. You're going to have to make a lot of the decisions yourself. And this is an important idea behind modern leadership. Leadership is supposed to be scary because you are going where no one has gone before. You have to be proactive, not just about solutions, but also about how you identify and discuss problems. At the end of the day, leaders get paid for taking risk. Followers don't have to take responsibility for bad decisions, but leaders do. And that's one of the ways you're going to be assessed in this exercise. And the final rule that we want to discuss is process versus product. Process is deciding how you will work. These are internal decisions. This is the decision about who is doing things, how they will do it, how you will measure it. And this is all the process stuff that should go into be a discussion for the team before the actual business starts. Product is deciding what you will do. This is your plan and your presentation in our case. But in an operating business, this might be the factory, or this might be the warehouse, or this might be the sales floor. Next, building your team. These are the roles, the communications plan, and the ways to leverage strength so that your company is more effective the more people you add to it. So the first deliverable is right in front of you. These are the roles. This is the organizational chart. You can choose a leader, but then you're also going to, your next function is deciding who gets put in what job. And specialization and experts are how we delegate. Delegation is how you assign authority to someone else. You are still responsible, but you are delegating authority downward in order to make the organization run better and to enhance the skills of the people working for you so that they can act as force multipliers as your organization develops. So changing personnel is easier than restructuring an organization. So here is an example of deliverable one. Here are some of the roles that I want you to make sure your team has. Leader is the obvious one, and that is really the first part of your first deliverable, is deciding on a leader. And you're going to have a checklist to make that a little bit easier, but basically you're deciding between a traditional big boss who makes all the decisions, a senior partner, or a facilitator, which has a much weaker role in running the company. So the leader's main job is to be responsible for managing human assets. Then there's the presenter. Everyone's going to get a chance to talk, but the presenter is going to be the real face and voice of the team. I want you to have a tech person who understands and operates software, an analyst, a content person. These are things you'll discuss in a team. You can download these descriptions, but I want you to be able to explain why you made the decisions you made. Okay, let's pick things up again with part B. And here we're talking about communication plan and information flows. Another factor in deciding on that org chart is deciding on your attitude towards communication plans and information flows. How do you want to communicate information? If you're in a traditional hierarchical multinational type situation, most of your information is moving down from the top. So this is down in the form of instructions and goals that you have to hit and requirements and rules. That's what a downflow information looks like. It's very effective for getting the boss's information in front of the workers. It's not so effective at bringing worker ideas up to the boss. And that is the second type of information flow, which is upflows. And that is when you're reporting data, you're reporting innovative ideas, and you're reporting questions. And in some companies, this does not work very well. And sideways is collaboration or cooperation or competition. And you're going to make a decision about whether your organization is going to have formal sideways or horizontal information flows or informal. Both are good, but they're not the same thing. And finally, you're going to be concerned about leveraging strengths or finding synergies. 2 + 2 = 5. And this is really the idea behind teams and behind organizations. That teams are supposed to act as force multipliers. You find someone who's good, you promote them, you make them train new people in their area or in their specialty. You wish for new wishes by delegating, training, and developing specialties among the people working for you.